A lot of the interpretations we inherit in school become so familiar that we stop questioning them. Hamlet is the man who can't make a decision, Gatsby is the tragic romantic, Edmund is the traitor, and Frankenstein is the warning about science going too far. And I'm not saying these readings are wrong. Most familiar interpretations come from something real in the text. But they're not the only way to read, and they're certainly not necessarily the most interesting way to read. So I'm launching a series that challenges some of the most common readings of classic literature. It's not to prove that one interpretation is right and another is wrong. Really, it's to help people think more critically about the stories we've been handed, while also remembering that literature is supposed to be interesting, alive, and genuinely fun to talk about. Because literature is not fixed. It's always being reread, rethought, challenged, expanded, and put into conversation with new questions. For instance, a character who looked like a villain in one reading might look like a victim of manipulation in another. A relationship we were taught to romanticize might look more troubling when we examine power, control, obsession, or social pressure. A character we dismissed as weak or indecisive might actually be wrestling with questions the rest of the text wants to avoid. To me, that's exactly what makes literature valuable and fun. It gives us room to think in more than one direction, to argue a little, to reconsider what we thought we knew, to notice something new, and to feel that spark of, wait, I never thought of it like that before. So in this series, I'm going back to major books, plays, and characters and asking what changes when we stop treating the most familiar interpretation as the final one. Not because I want to replace one rigid reading with another, but because I want to give people more ways to think, more angles to consider, more questions to ask, and more room to enjoy the texts instead of treating them like dead school assignments. And I want this to be a conversation, so tell me where you agree, where you disagree, and what text or character you want me to rethink next. Subscribe if you want more literature that helps people think critically, argue thoughtfully, and remember that reading can actually be really interesting.